Have you ever been getting ready to go out and then rip your top tears in the most inconvenient situation? Then you'll be grateful to soon now know how to fix that and still be on time to wherever you have to be. Having this happen to me one too many times, I decided to take a hand sewing class so I could finally be able to fix those rips and tears instead of wasting perfectly good pieces of clothing. Whether you have to use this skill a lot or barely ever, knowing how to fix a rip or tear in clothing might just be one of the most convenient skill sets to have, saving you from clothing malfunctions anytime, anywhere. In this speech, I will show you how to prepare your materials, then how to sew the rip, and lastly, how to do the finishing touches on your stitch. First, you must prepare your materials. You need scissors, a needle with a hole at the end, thread that matches your clothing that you want to sew back together. Now, first what you need to do is thread your needle. So you take a long piece of thread about arm's length and cut it with your scissors. Then you want to lick the end of your thread and put it through the hole in your needle. Sometimes you need to cut it again so there's no pieces of thread coming out, making it easier to... Okay, once you get it through, you want to tie a knot to secure the thread. Then you want to prep the tear in your shirt, so you turn your shirt inside out. And locate the tear. It's right here. Now that we are all prepped and ready, let's get into the exciting part, sewing. Next, we're going to sew the rip. So you want to hold your tear side by side how you want it to be sewed back together, and secure the stitch by threading the needle through one side of the tear and out the other in the beginning of the tear. Once you do that, take the two sides of the thread and tie it in a knot to secure the thread. Then we are going to sew from the beginning to the end by doing the left to right motion, going in one side of the tear and out the other. Now that we sewed the rip from top to bottom, we will go over the finishing touches to secure the stitch and complete our project. Lastly, we will put the finishing touches on our stitch. First, secure the thread. So first what you have to do is cut off the needle from the rest of your thread and tie it in a knot like you did in the beginning of the stitch. Then you want to cut the thread as close as you can to the material at the beginning and the end of the stitch. And lastly, turn your shirt right side out. And now your tear is closed. Now that this sewing tutorial has come to an end, hopefully you'll be able to conquer any rip or tear that comes your way. This small yet useful skill can be used anywhere. Maybe this demonstration is exactly what you need to save your wedding day, because who knows when something's going to rip.